dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the sexy ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. We talking about Collision. Oh, man. Oh, what happened there? Choked up. Okay. Hold on. Technical. Sorry for that noise. Get some water. I don't know what happened there. Almost died. We're talking about Collision, October 4th, 2025. Tony and Nigel on commentary. We're in Lakeland, Florida with this one. Yeah, Collision. We were in Hollywood last, and then next week we'll be in Jacksonville for the Homecoming Title Tuesday and Collision Homecoming. Where it all began. Began. You know, I am reminiscent of when AEW started, and I didn't follow along religiously at that point. Remember, I watched a few shows, watched pay-per-views, then when Dynamite came on, and I didn't really, I watched here and there, tuned in here and there, but I was so busy, with WWE at that time, and very into, a lot of other things, and I'm trying to think, what was the first Dynamite? I know I've been here since the first Collision. I've been recording since the first Collision debuted, when Punk was over in AEW. I remember that. I don't remember the first Dynamite I actually started. But I was thinking, you know what? I bought the first season, I say that in quotations, of it. And, HBO Max is putting the library on there. But I was like, to go back for that first year of AEW, and it would be awesome. Like a New World Podcast Rewind show, I've had that idea for a very long time. I've done it here and there. But, to really go back and be like, oh, I want to watch that show. Like Invasion. I've been thinking about the WWE, WCW Invasion pay-per-view, and making an exclusive, to exclusive podcasts, because this podcast is here on YouTube. It's also on Spotify, iTunes, and all that. Just make it exclusive to the YouTube channel. I don't know, what do you think? Should I go back in time with nWp Rewind? Just let me know. I know I already have a lot on my plate with the New World Podcast by itself, but hey, man, I'm in fine tune. I'm in motivation mode right now because I went down to the Slide Rock down here in Arizona. Had a damn good time. Just looked at that blue, beautiful sky. Was in the water, chilling with my daughter and my wife, and just had a grand old time, man. It was a good day. We had some moment of clarity of what life should be, what I should be in my life. So, where I should be in my life and what I should be doing. And what we're doing right now is talking about some pro wrestling. The Mox Cult versus Jay Lethal, Adam Priest, and Tommy Dynamite Kid. Oh, yeah, baby. We started this off strong. Daddy Magic's on commentary. He's trying to understand Daniel Garcia's betrayal and everything like that. And after these two teams went to battle, and I really, like I said, this was a good way to start the show. Mox Cult got the win, and Daddy Garcia is just chasing down Daddy Magic is chasing down. Daniel's like, you want to be a man? You got to tell me, bro. What's going on? And then my favorite response to this was Daniel Garcia, look here. If you haven't got the hint yet, I'm not your friend no more. I really enjoyed that. He just turned around and was like, look here, dummy. If you haven't got the hint when I stomped your face fucking in the mat, and that wasn't enough, you're a loser. I was a loser with you too. I'm with the winners now. And guess what? I'm winning. And my favorite part about this, and then he goes, and I don't want to end up like that guy right there. And he points right at Nigel McGuinness, and then there's a cut to Moxley. It's like, damn. I was like, what's your beef with Nigel? Daniel Garcia. I think Nigel's had a pretty damn good year, man, and I can't wait until Wrestle Dream is on DVD. I just got my All Out 2025 DVD in Texas, man, because I think I'm just going to start collecting them on DVD just so it's in the physical media, because who knows? That Triller TV deal could not last long, and then that whole library I built and all that money I spent can go poof, just poof. So might as well start getting ahead of myself, right? But yeah, my like I said, favorite part of this, Dan Garcia is really in the being mean to Daddy Magic, and then when he says that line about I don't want to be like him, points at Nigel, and Nigel's like, well, me, and then Mox is like, damn. My brother does that, damn, sheesh, or some shit like that. That's great though. Then we go right into Renee with the Nick Wayne family. Well, Nick, he's getting his tootsies checked out. The doc's like, man, you got like 6 more weeks. I'm like, 6 more weeks? Get me a real doctor. And Renee's like, I'm sorry. They're rude like that. Yeah, it's the Nick family. What can I say? Then we go to Jamie Hayter versus Anna Jay. Fun match for what this was. I didn't expect much. And just to let y'all know, to you action figures collectors out there, I like a good deal, especially when it comes to action figures and not paying full price. And sometimes that's what happens when I just miss out on action figures. But for you Ross and Marshall people, whoever has a Ross and Marshall, a lot of AEW figures are showing up at Ross. I got a whole stack of them for $3.99 each, $3 each sometimes. I got MJF the Devil. I got Bryan Danielson. I got a Tony Storm. I got a Kenny Omega with the championship. Just picked up another MJF and the Hangman Adam Page with the beer cups for like $4 a pop. I was like, oh man, I'm catching up. And then there was some Chris Jericho's and I was like, I'm good. Yeah, there's a lot of, there was some more there and I was like, there's a Sammy Guevara. I'm like, yeah. And then Ethan Page, I was like, I would love just to own that so I can when I get his WWE figure, I can put them side by side. But I was like, you know what? This is a good way to start for now. I'll just get the ones I pop for. I think the rule of thumb when I'm shopping for action figures now is if I pop for it, I got to get it. If it's Cody, 100% going to get it. Like, no, there's no doubt. Like today I went over, I was like, you know what? I went to my plate. I'm sorry we're getting off topic here with the matches here. Just real quick. So with shopping for action figures, that's why I'm in the action figure talk here. There was an Anna Jay. I was going to get her, but I was just like, I'm already like a stack deep here. Maybe I'll come back for you. I'll come back for you, Anna. I'll come back for you, Anna Jay. But my rule of thumb, if I'm action figure, if I'm action figure hunting, it's a different story. If it's a Cody figure, 100%, like I said. But I have to pop for a figure. Like if I see something, I'm like, oh, I need that. And I have this weird thing of spontaneous buying. And sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. Or if I get myself in a little bit of a certain kick of something, like I went on this weird Ninja Turtle kick. Like, I started buying like Ninja Turtles action figures like crazy and started buying the movies. I already had most of the movies, but I started buying the seasons of TV shows and this and that. And I love the Ninja Turtles, but then I was like, oh, okay, what's next? More Star Wars. Oh, more wrestling. And now I'm in my wrestling figure kick again. So thank you, Ross. That's the whole point of the fucking story. Thank you, Ross. Go get your action figures, man. And it was funny. It's like, there was a guy at Marshall's, just real quick. I remember I bought a Luke Skywalker holding Grogu from The Mandalorian. And I was like, I need this. It's like $2.99. It's the best place to get Funko Pops, too. I'm not a big Funko Pop guy, but I'll get them. I'm getting off topic here. Okay, the only time I ever really I need to buy a Funko Pop if it's like something with WWE. I wish AEW did Funkos. That'd be great. That'd be a whole new addiction. But I really like my wrestling Funkos. Now, back to the story. The guy I saw him. He was wearing this awesome, button-up Boba Fett Slave One shirt, Slave One was in the back and Boba Fett was all over and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, dude, that's sick. And he's like, oh, you a Star Wars fan? I was like, yeah, dude. Like, Star Wars is life, bro. And he's like, oh, my gosh. He goes, yeah. He goes, I just picked up this figure and this figure. I was like, oh, dude, that's awesome, man. And then he's like trying to talk to me. I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, bro, I got to go. He goes, hey, I got to ask you. I was like, yeah, what's up? He goes, do you take them out of the box? And I was like, oh, dog, no. I don't take anything out of the box at all. He goes, oh, you're hardcore. I was like, I guess. Yeah, I'm just one of those guys. It takes a lot for me to take it out of the box. It takes a lot. Like, if I'm going to take it out of the box to pose it and whatnot, like, I have to hold the package, look at it. Like, the other day I was looking at a Crosshair figure I got, and I looked in the back, and they had him posed where he's on one knee, and he's got his little sniper rifle and whatnot. I was like, oh, man, that'd be a cool pose. Like, put him somewhere in the shadows and whatnot, and I know where he's at, but he's going to clock somebody. Just boom, boom, boom. So I held that figure for like 10 minutes. Man, I was like, I don't want to open it. I love this figure too much, blah, blah. I was like, 1, 2, 3, and just ripped it out. That's how, if I'm going to open something, that's how it usually happens. I just have to rip the package. Then I'm like, okay, the deed is done. Now, let's get back to Collision. Back to the whole reason why I was talking about Anna Jay versus Jamie Hayter. But this was a fun match. Jamie Hayter for the win. Then we get Lexi with Max Caster in the back. And then here comes Bill and Brian. And here comes Anthony. I love all his little plaques and whatnot. He's the pride of wrestling. I really wish Anthony Bowens and Max Caster got a really fair run as singles. They're great as a tag team. I love the Acclaimed. I really want Acclaimed action figures, which I'm still after, because I mostly collect WWE. We're not getting back on the action figure talk. Stop, Kyle. Okay. But getting back to these two, I really wish they stayed together and then they found a way to actually make the singles run work. Now we're kind of just forcing them back together, which I'm okay with. I would love them to rebond as the Acclaimed. And we're going to get a match with Anthony and Max versus Big Bill and Brian next week. And Brian was like, hey, man, man, I love a Brian Keith figure. He's like, you guys can't even get along. How you guys going to beat us? Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, so I'm excited about that match. Then we have the Ring of Honor trio champion, or are they tag team champions? Who are they? Who is the Sammy? I don't know. They have some Ring of Honor belts, but there's LF5, baby. Sammy and Roosh. Good stuff. They cut promos before the show, too, which I love, but they didn't hit the intro. I love when they used to, just, yo, so-and-so, I'm going to kick your booty across the ring. You're going to eat a whole bowl of booty-os. And then it's like, da-da-da. It's just like, yeah, well, that's some old school shit right there. But they did the promos before. We got a whole Pac and Orange Cassidy thing. So they're going to fight each other next week in Jacksonville. That was pretty freaking sweet. I love me some Orange Cassidy. Put those hands in them pockets. And what were we talking about? Oh, Sammy and Roosh versus Squash Gang. LFI represent. This poor group had no business in the ring with Sammy and Roosh. Roosh is a beast, man. I mean, you mess with the bull, you get the horns, cabron. Don't fuck with Roosh. Seriously. But Sammy and Roosh got the win. And then this match kind of just went right into, right here, because Dralistico came to celebrate with Sammy and Roosh. But he has his match with Eddie Kingston. Then Sammy gets on commentary. Eddie Kingston, you went away for a while, bro. What I love about Eddie is I can relate to that anger. I can relate to the way he looks and whatnot. But I'm like, man, you didn't at least lose a little bit of weight. I'm not shaming anybody, because I'm the last one to shame somebody. I'm just like, you don't look like the Eddie Kingston of yesterday. That's all I'm trying to say. He's wrestling a little bit different. His finisher doesn't look as great. So I'm just hoping the best for Eddie Kingston. That's it. I'm just hoping the best for him. And after Eddie gets the win over Dralistico, we get an Andrade package, and I was like, man, I didn't want him in the Don Callis family. If he joined LFI, I would be so down. Oh my gosh, Andrade and Rush, and then there's Sammy. And Drolistico, oh shit. Now that's a super group right there, bro. Nah, you put them with the Don Callis family. Like, at the end of the show, they had them all come out. I was like, oh my gosh, look at all that talent. And yeah, we need to rearrange this Don Callis family thing. They're turning into the NWO because I'm probably part of the Don Callis family. I don't even know. I don't. Then we go to MXM and Johnny TV versus the Don fam. But I was very surprised. I think Johnny T. I really wasn't paying attention to this match. I was writing something. I believe MXM and Johnny TV got the win. That's why, because I cared more about this. Lexi with the Outrunners and Dalton Castle. I want it all. I need an Outrunner shirt. I need a Dalton Castle shirt. But these two as the same entity, it makes me happy because Dalton's like, I don't know if we can do this. I don't know. Should we? Should we not? How we have to top ourselves? He's so charismatic, and I just love Dalton Castle so much. Boys, and they pick him up, and he's like, oh, now I feel a little bit better, Lexi. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know what we're doing here, but I'm liking it. A lot. We have Hater and Queen. They get attacked by the Triangle of Madness. I saw their new shirt. I saw the new Triangle of Madness shirt. Payday. But I finally got my Elite shirt with Bucks and Kenny. Because anytime I hear Wayward Son, don't you cry no more. We do this thing for my work. My day job, a pub crawl for a football team here where I live in Flagstaff, NAU, and I play I'm in charge of the playlist, and every time I put on, that's the first song that comes on. Everyone sees me do the whole Bucks intro, I'm like, I'm putting my arms up and I get my hand in there like a bang and good night, and people are like, what the fuck you doing? I was like, it's the Elite, baby, this is their song. And they're like, weirdo. I'm like, shut up. Oh my gosh, where were we? Oh, yeah, wait. I don't know where we're at now, my notes. Okay, we talked about Hater Queen, Triangle Magnus shirts, and that's why I went into shirts. We're going into Kevin Knight versus Dax Hardwood. I will say this is my match of the night. Also, moment of the night, because these two beat the crap out of each other, and of course you got Cash out there. You got Willow. You got Homie out there. Why can't his name blanking? Oh, Stokely. Stokely's out there. You know what I mean? Like you got all these elements, and Homie with wears no shoes. I can't think of his name right now. He was wearing shoes this time, but I don't care. But Kevin Knight got the win over Dax Harwood. Yeah. I was like, Speedball Mike Bailey. God damn it. Now it comes to me. Okay. Yeah, they're a tag team. Jet Speed. But Kevin Knight got the win over Dax Harwood, and I was like, huh? What's going on? This is a big win for Kevin Knight. I really like Kevin Knight too. I like Speedball, but I wish Kevin Knight, a little bit more. I need a Kevin Knight shirt too, just so I can represent Kevin Knight. Yeah. But of course, Stokely and Willow getting each other's face. And here comes Megan Bain. Oh, yes, you speak of my name, I shall appear, because it's Megan Bain. And there's Penelope. She's there, too. But next week we're going to get Bain and FTR versus Jet Speed and Willow. I'm like, take my money. Skyflight and Shane Taylor Promotions package here. Represent. They're the trio champions. That's what it was. They're the ROH trio champions. So I'm guessing Sammy and Rush are the Ring of Honor tag team champions. Yeah. See, I really don't pay attention. Second moment of the night, Chris Statlander and Tony Storm. And the most unique promo I can, back and forth, I can ever think of. Tony's like, well, then let's talk. Well, Chris comes out first. He's like, Tony, I'm not done with you either. And Tony comes out. He's like, what do you want from me? And they're like, we need to talk. And I love, he just lay down on the mat, head by head, on the opposite side of each other. And Chris is like, you fought hard for this. I'm going to fight even harder to keep it. And Tony's like, you know what? When I saw you, I was like, damn, that's a woman. Look at that beast. Whatever she was saying. But I love that they got up, shook hands, and then they said, we don't need to wait for Wrestle Dream. Me and you, no belts, no nothing. Just let's fucking fight. And that's what they do. But Triangle of Madness comes out and ruins that whole moment. But it was awesome. I really enjoyed the promos between these two back and forth. And then here comes my girl Harley. Harley, for the save. And then we're going to have the Triangle of Madness versus Chris, Tony, and Harley next week. I said, let's go then. Then we have a Joe and Hangman Adam Page promo. I was like, please, Lord, let this happen. Well, it is going to happen. What am I talking about? I cannot wait for Samoa Joe and Hangman Adam Page at Wrestle Dream. This going to be awesome. Then to end it on a good note, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong versus Rocky and Henshin and Lance Archer. Don Fam taking over the entire Collision show. Awesome. This was really fun match here. I would say my second match of the night. They all battled crazy spots. And then I really got confused after Orange Cassidy, Kyle, and Roderick got the win. Kyle Fletcher's Protostar music hit. I can't even understand it. I wish he had a better intro song. I don't know. But he comes out with the Don family. Like, man, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's a bazillion of y'all. And they don't have like I wish there was like a Don fam shirt that they all could wear. Just so we can be like, okay, he's part of the Don fam. Okay, he's part of the Don fam. Evil, oh my God, hologram right there. So, and Kyle Fletcher just puts his championship up, and the Don fam's around him. I'm like, who are you calling out? Are you calling out Orange Cassidy? Because Orange Cassidy has beef now with Pac. They're going to fight next week. Are you calling out Kyle O'Reilly? Are you calling out Rod? Like, okay, sure. Just stand there with your championship. October 18th is around the corner, and I want to see who you're going to face for that TNT championship. Hopefully Kyle O'Reilly. That'd be awesome. Even Roderick Strong. Oh, my God. The possibilities. Now I'm just thinking in my head, man, thinking of the action figures so I can pose them. No, I don't pose for action figures. Get out of here. I don't do that. But, yeah, Homecoming's next week, and that was a Collision. I give it a solid 3 out of 5. Match of the night is Kevin Knight versus Dax Harwood. 2 moments of the night. The what? Kevin Knight getting the win and pin over Dax, and Tony and Chris Statlander's promo against each other. Love that. Love. I really enjoyed the opening match. I really enjoyed the closing match. So good show. And that is Collision, October 4th, 2025. Tony, Nigel on commentary in Lakeland, Florida. And that's it. That's all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the Walmart. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja, and thank you for listening to me rant here and there on this podcast. My brain just likes to do that. All right, y'all. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life.
When I first saw you, I said, my God, what a woman.